Warning, STS Radio contains vulgar people, vulgar language, and vulgar ideas. If any of this offends you, kindly blow it out your ass.
Son of a bitch bastard!
Let's start this again. Shall we? Jesus Christ.
You're fucking retarded.
Hey, Pickle-Licker, want to play the right intro?
One more time!
Are you ready?
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? No, I'm not doing that fucking bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
It's hump day, isn't it?
Well, yes it is, Paul. Yes it is.
My favorite day of the week.
So, let's go put the X in sex, shall we?
Okay, now you're overusing it.
I guess.
Yeah, really. Oh, man. So, all right. So, let's kind of jump into this. Kind of what we had said we were going to do here was, what were we going to do? We were going to talk Batman.
Super battle.
Yeah,
super debate.
Yes, we were going to have the debate over Superman versus Batman, since the movie had been announced and whatnot, and, the Batman cartoon movies based on the Frank Miller comic have come out. I kind of thought we should have this old discussion, and I'm kind of disappointed in a way, like, because you had sent me a text like, hey, we're going to have my uncle on, this is going to be awesome. And,
yeah.
And it would have been nice to get somebody who pretty much has spent their life, revolved around comics in a way.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have his input.
Yeah,
because actually I was talking to him about it over dinner, so I can kind of take the side of Batman a little more easily now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he brought up some good points.
Oh, shit.
So I can feel confident now because I can just regurgitate what he said.
But then it's not your opinion now, is it?
Well, no, but it wouldn't be in the first place because my personal opinion actually is that Superman would win the fight, but
well, then we have no debate.
I'm more than happy to play the devil's advocate.
Well, then we have no debate since we both agree.
Pretty much. If we were really going to debate, then yeah, I mean, I would be on your side. That's why it would also be nice to get him in, because then it'd be like, Then
it would be like an actual fucking debate here.
Yeah. He said he'd be willing to do it down the road. He wants to prepare for it and shit, so.
What's to prepare for? Like, it's not exactly like we're going up against a fucking debate team here. Like, we're arguing shit that he has more knowledge about than I have about fucking M&Ms.
That's true.
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I just imagine him talking to you like, all right, look, Bruce, like, I've done some shit for you before, man. Like, okay, I put you in a Ghost Rider comic, no fucking problem. Fucking drawing skulls for you, no fucking problem. You want me to debate Batman versus Superman? Fuck yourself. I'm not lowering myself to that bullshit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, like, what were some of the points that he had brought up? Because I'm actually curious to hear them now.
Well, I made kind of your point against him, which is that, Batman, if it were just a straight up fight, like, no preparation whatsoever, then I think Superman would win. And he was like, that's impossible, because he would always be prepared. He's always prepared. He always has kryptonite on him. He that's the definition of Batman. He doesn't have a superpower, but that is his power, is his intellect and being prepared for any situation. And I was like, right on. I don't have an argument for that.
Okay, what about fucking Superman's, like, infinite fucking knowledge of everything? A guy who can read a library in a matter of fucking seconds, still retain that fucking knowledge.
But has he?
He could.
He could, but did he?
I don't think he has.
But I actually was reading a bit online, too, and I got some other opinions there, and I think they have valid points, too, which is, like, it's kind of impossible for the fight to not be prepared in the first place, because if it's Superman versus Batman, like, everybody's gonna fucking know about it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like one of those things like, oh, it's Al Snow versus,
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
But like, I'm interested to hear like some of the other points that were made here. Like I'll try and counter them as best as I can.
Well, he did raise the point that he has been beaten already in The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, but let's face facts here. Okay, Batman is not the one who beat fucking Superman. If fucking anything, Green Arrow took Superman down. A one-armed fucking Green Arrow fired a fucking shot with his teeth while being chased by the cops. I'm at least going by the movie because that's the only reference I have. I've never read the fucking the graphic novel of it, but that's all I can go on for right now. So,
oh man, like fuck Green Arrow.
Exactly, fuck Green Arrow. Seriously, he's like a glorified version of Robin Hood, except he just doesn't give shit back to the poor, does he?
I don't think so.
Okay then. Fuck
Not
him.
that I remember. And then again, I was never really a Green Arrow fan.
Yeah. Fucking Green Arrow.
But aside from that, I've read some other good points about, like, for example, Batman. He really only protects, like, Gotham. He's not really so much, concerned with saving the world. He mostly, his world is Gotham, more or less. Whereas Superman does kind of save the world. So, in that respect, Superman has more enemies. So if they were to fight, there's probably a lot more people out there that would like to see Superman dead than there are Batman dead. So there would probably be a large group of, people who would interfere in the fight, and they'd probably be after Superman rather than Batman.
But here's the point that I can make in counter of that. If Batman is the one who has taken down Superman, we'll just say he has, just for the sake of fucking argument, because he's an asshole. Wouldn't enemies be a lot more afraid of Batman than Superman? Just like, well, look, this guy took down fucking Superman. We haven't done that. Like, this guy's a lot more fucking terrifying.
I suppose.
So I mean, there was the graphic novel. What was it? Batman Superman. I think it was Batman Superman Apocalypse or something like that. Like Darkseid comes, takes Supergirl away, and makes her this evil fucking bitch on her period, and Batman scares Darkseid because Darkseid has all these I guess they call them like doomsday bombs or something like that. I don't know what the fuck you call them, but essentially they're bombs that he throws on planets and whatnot, and they essentially turn them into another apocalypse. Mm-hmm. Batman figures out the fucking code by some fucking sheer dumb luck. And changes the fucking code, and Doomsday is trying to beat the fucking information out of him. Batman's not cracking. He's like, if it were the Kryptonian or the Amazon, they would have broken by now because they don't want to. They want to save lives. You could care less. So fucking Doomsday's is like, change the codes and get the fuck out of here. So, but I think a lot more fucking villains would want to see Batman dead than fucking Superman.
I don't know about that. just because of the scale. That point made sense to me, because if Batman doesn't, anger anybody outside of Gotham, that really doesn't leave very many people to be mad at him. Yeah. Everyone else would be like, "Who's that fucking the cape and cowl and shit?" They'd be like, "That's Batman." Like, who?
Well, you also figure fucking Batman's probably made more enemies since he joined the Justice League, because the Justice League is about protecting the world, is it not?
I suppose that's true. That's a good point, actually.
Well, there we go.
That is a good point.
All right, so
But there was also the point that, because Batman is always by nature prepared, even if it wasn't like an announced fight, he probably always has it, since he is a member of the Justice League, he probably always kind of has it in the back of his mind, and I'm sure Superman has this too going on. But
Superman was the one who gave him the kryptonite and said, look, if I ever go rogue, fucking use this.
Well, exactly. Like, I'm sure both of them have it in mind, like, that the other could go rogue at any moment, so they'd be kind of prepared for that.
Yeah. But
I'm sure there's always a backup plan. That's sort of Batman's MO.
Right. I mean, let's kind of, if you want to go over like preparedness and whatnot, fucking okay. Let's say Batman, locks himself in like a steel, like a lead vault, because he's got the fucking money to do that. This guy has a never-ending supply of wealth. Mm-hmm. Even though Gotham's economy could be in the shitter, but yet Bruce fucking Wayne is still like eating fucking steak for fucking breakfast and shit.
Well, he has an international company under his belt, sir.
Right.
And that's another thing too, actually. That there's the point that as Bruce Wayne, he has the power to basically run a smear campaign against Superman, and kind of like fuck over his whole like he can have the people turn against him.
He kind of could, but I don't know, man. I don't think
So he could win the fight without actually having to show up.
Yeah, I in a way, I don't think Batman would stoop to, that kind of thing, though, in a way.
That's the only thing, yeah. It would be very out of his character to
like,
do something that underhanded.
Yeah, because Batman, to me, is like a character that's like, look, if I want to take down Superman, I'm going to do it myself. Like, he's going to go the whole Lex Luthor way. Like, look, I'm taking him down my fucking self. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be the one that takes down the Blue Boy Scout.
Yeah, I mean, then again, in the realm of Batman doing things that, he wouldn't or can't do, I mean, there's the whole bending guns and shit in Dark Knight and being like, I don't want to be Batman anymore,
Yeah, exactly. Like, they turned him into Spider-Man. Like, I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore.
Pretty
like,
much,
like 5
yeah.
minutes later, he's like, fuck this. I'm throwing the costume on. I'm saving the world.
It's fun to be Batman. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't be that weird to see Batman do something that he wouldn't normally do, because they've already done that before, too.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but...
Yeah.
Hopefully the bending the gun thing wasn't intentional. They're just like, he's Superman now. Like, he can bend guns.
Yeah, like, hopefully I wasn't the only one who stood up in the movie theater and was like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, I was watching that like, did he really just bend a fucking shotgun barrel?
And, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I have the entire, like, Superman animated series on DVD, and there was one episode where fucking Bruce was under mind control from fucking Brainiac.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman, like, dressed up as Batman, so, like, the criminals will be like, oh shit, Batman's back. Fuck, he's fucking returned. Because, like, everybody's like, Batman hasn't been seen in, like, 3 fucking nights. We'll go, what the hell's going on? Crime spree!
Batman's fucking getting tanked somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's party.
Exactly. I want that new TV. What are you doing? Batman's out of here.
He's on vacation or some shit. I don't know, just steal shit.
He's taking a bat dump.
A really long one.
Fucking Angry Birds game's got him on the shitter for 3 nights.
Only he calls it the Angry Bats.
Yeah. Like, see, that would make a lot of fucking money if the creators of Angry Birds did like a Batman version.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, like if they did that, like a DC superhero Angry Birds edition, yeah, they'd make huge bank on that.
I might actually play it.
I would probably play it myself. I play the Star Wars one myself. just because I need something to do while I'm on the shitter and fucking there's no newspaper.
I'm sure you could read it online. Anyway, we're getting off Superman.
Yeah. Anyways, so one of the other points that that was made was, Superman has to face like harder enemies, so he's got to be more superpowered or something like that, and like kind of exactly like Superman's going up against this, like, we'll take fucking Brainiac for example, because we mentioned him earlier. Like, Brainiac, fucking keeper of the universe's knowledge, fucking destroys a planet after he's done getting all the knowledge from that place. So, motherfucker's tough to get rid of. Like, you can destroy his fucking body and whatnot, and he'll come back with a fucking brand new one. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just one of the enemies that Superman has to go up against. You go with the fucking villains of fucking Batman, like, they're a joke. They're a fucking joke. You got a guy on fucking roid rage who broke Batman's back, and then by magic, fucking Bruce Wayne's back was able to heal, and he's able to be fucking Batman again. Which, that was a fucking complete cop-out.
Yeah.
I would say even more so than, like, the whole death of Superman, and Superman, like, was just in a healing coma bullshit. Like, that's more of a cop-out than that.
I don't know. Dead is dead, no matter how you slice it.
Exactly.
But it's the comics, it's basically
yeah.
a soap opera, so no one ever really dies.
Yeah. Except they're actually killing off the new Robin now, so that's kind
Of course they are. Well, they've killed plenty of, sidekicks and things before. They killed fucking Supergirl, but...
Well, yeah, that was in the Infinite Crisis comics, was it not?
I believe so.
Yeah, and they only killed one other Robin, that was it. Jason Todd.
At least 2 others.
No, only one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, only one. Because you think about it, there's been 5 Robins up to this point. There was the Dick Grayson who grew up, became Nightwing.
Right.
Then you had, I think it was...
And I thought Nightwing died, didn't he?
I don't know if Nightwing died. I
thought he did eventually.
Maybe, but that doesn't count as a Robin dying.
Fuck you.
There was Jason Todd who got the shit kicked out of him by the Joker and that was blown up and then was brought back as the fucking Red Hood. So, and that counts as a Robin dying.
Wait, Jason Todd was brought back as the Red Hood?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, because the Red Hood was the person who eventually becomes Joker.
Yeah, and then fucking when Jason Todd came back to life because Ra's al Ghul like dipped him in the fucking eternal bath or whatever the fuck it is that keeps him youthful. Like dude just like freaked out, went back to Gotham, kind of remembered his way, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm taking down the criminals because Batman refuses to fucking kill him." So he just took on the persona of the Red Hood. They made a movie of this. Did you not see it?
No, but that's a stupid idea.
Yes. Anyways, like so. All right. So fuck, we're getting off track again. This is your job, Bruce. Come on, you got to keep me on track here. Otherwise, I can babble about this shit for fucking hours.
Well, if you want, we can actually do like other levels aside from just like a physical fight. Like we can also do like the other aspects of the characters, such as like their costumes, their music, their movies, the way they're represented, if you will. Or do you want to just stick to the fight?
I'll stick to the fight.
Stick to the fight.
Stick to the fight for right now. But yeah, you look at Superman's villains; they're all like super powered, or they're at least like physical fucking beings that, you know, they got to be taken down in a huge fucking fight. I.e., fucking. Do you honestly think fucking Batman could have taken down Doomsday?
I don't know, man.
If he was prepared, he could.
Well, he would be prepared. He's Batman.
Yeah, how much prep time would Batman really have if fucking Doomsday like crashes into Earth and then busts out and fucking starts like smashing shit? Doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to prep for that. So I mean, Batman, no way he could take down fucking Doomsday.
How can Batman be prepared for everything, every possible scenario?
I don't know, but that's the fucking argument that I hear is that Batman's prepared for this fight, so he.
I mean, he
can
is
take down
human.
Superman.
No human is prepared for everything. That's ultimately why I can't completely side with Batman, is because ultimately he is just a guy. So is Superman if he were on Krypton. Well, actually, no, he would have powers. They're just highly, highly muted. It's just that.
Well, no, like he technically he wouldn't have powers because Krypton was under a red sun. Red sun fucking just makes him like a mortal person.
I thought that there was Krypton on his planet to prevent people from being evil and shit.
No, like the only reason like they didn't have superpowers was because they had fucking a red sun.
Well, your mom nooch.
Excellent argument. Shit, you win. Yes, my mom. Interesting point.
Duly noted.
Yes. Excellent point. 2 points, sir.
But I mean, like, seriously, it really is kind of hard for me to side with Batman in a way, because I mean, the amount of powers like that Superman has alone.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the only way that Batman is really effective is if he can get in close, because once again, he's just a guy. I mean, what's he going to do? Resort to using a gun or something? Or he doesn't really have like a long range weapon, so he ultimately has to come in and beat you up or trap you or something like that.
Yeah. And I mean,
so,
excuse me.
Whereas Superman has, laser eyes. He has the blow breath, if you want to count that. He can fly, so he's obviously faster.
Yeah, I mean, he's. And like, here's the thing. Like, there have been so many different comics where like Superman's had like different amounts of strength. Like there was one comic. It was All-Star Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Superman like overexposed himself to the sun and whatnot. Like pretty much like was hit with so much fucking radiation from the yellow sun, it like just shot his fucking powers off the fucking charts.
He was arrested for exposing himself to his son.
This is why I podcast with Bruce. Always ready with a joke. I love it. But yeah, so they were testing like his strength and whatnot, and he was lifting like 200 quintillion tons, which I don't know how much the fuck that is. I have no idea how much a quintillion ton is, but I know it sounds like a shitload.
It's exactly the amount of bullshit that I don't know.
Yeah. But the thing was, like, Superman's cells were, like, breaking down slowly, but, they were breaking down to the point where it was probable he was going to die. And I'm just like, well, this is fucking interesting. So,
So did he die?
well, no, he he pretty much became this like this beam of like energy, shot himself back into the sun because there were some villains like sucked out the energy from the sun, became the sun itself, became a red sun, and Superman took him down. So Superman like shot himself back into the sun to like re-energize it and whatnot. And there's like, what happened to Superman? Oh, he's fixing the sun. He'll be back. And then apparently when he came back, he was like two split personalities. There was a red Superman and a blue like electric Superman, which is fucking dumb.
That is dumb.
So,
see, the way I see it, a lot of people seem to paint Batman and Superman like in certain ways. Like, Batman is always viewed as kind of like, you know, the smart and technical kind of guy, sort of like the Bret Hart of wrestling, if you will. And Superman is always kind of painted as like, I don't know, like the warlord. Like, he's big and he's strong, but he's stupid. Like, I don't know why, but that's always seems to be the case. But I mean, Clark Kent is a seemingly pretty smart guy.
Yeah, I mean, Clark Kent has his fucking fucking feet on the ground, man.
That said, I do think Bruce Wayne Batman is smarter than Clark Kent / Superman. So,
well, you can't really say that in a sense though, because I mean, fucking Superman is Superman 24 hours a fucking day. You know, he puts on the suit and whatnot, becomes Clark Kent and whatnot. He's still fucking Superman underneath that. Bruce Wayne just puts on a suit. He's fucking Bruce Wayne. He's not really Batman until he puts the goddamn suit on. So, I mean, Superman is able to remember shit like to a fucking T. And really, I think the only reason they're writing Batman like this is because they needed to give him something to justify him being in the Justice League. You know, you got Wonder Woman who can fucking fly around, has like, you know, super strength and whatnot. You got the Martian Manhunter, you got the Green Lantern, Flash, all these guys with superpowers. And then you have Batman, who's just a guy in a fucking rubber costume. Who, you know, throws fucking batarangs, has a grappling hook and a fucking jet and a seemingly endless supply of fucking cash.
but he's a really badass human.
Right. But it seems like the only reason he's there though is because of his ability to be like this expert strategist. Like, he's the guy that comes up with the fucking plan.
You do have to question the move of the Justice League to be like, hey, let's pick this dude who only protects over this one city to join this team of people that's going to protect the entire world.
Yeah, but I mean, Batman's on several occasions he's been like they've asked him like, look, we want you to be a full-time member of the Justice League. He's like, fuck that, I'm part-time. So, you gotta give him that at least,
I suppose. But then that makes like Batman the guy who's like, I don't want it, as opposed to like them not even asking him in the first place. Like, Batman? Who?
Yeah.
That kind of makes them look silly, I suppose, like, not acknowledge their secondary,
there have been even a couple of comics, like even a couple of Justice League comic books where, even Batman's admitted himself, he's like, look, Superman holds back. If he didn't hold back, he could fucking kill me. So that's
he has admitted that?
He has fully fucking admitted that. He's fully admitted that. And there was an episode of Justice League. Toy Master comes down, fucking like starts destroying shit and whatnot. Hits Superman with like this beam that seems to like disintegrate him. Really, it's like a time travel beam. Sends him like hundreds of years into the fucking future. Everybody on Earth everybody in the present day thinks that Superman's dead and whatnot, and Batman even goes to like visit Superman's grave like by himself and whatnot. He's just like, seriously, how many fights did we win just because he was there? Like, Batman knows, like, essentially the Justice League would be kind of fucked without Superman.
Well, that's certainly true, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Batman would not physically be able to beat him.
Okay, alright, see, we got off topic again, didn't we? God damn it, it's too fucking easy to get off topic with this. Alright, so, yeah, another thing that I keep hearing is that, well, Batman's a master of stealth. Like, that's his big weapon, is that, like, you'll never see him coming. I'm like, bullshit, dude. If you have Superman's powers, you could hear him coming from a fucking mile away.
But then why doesn't... That's the thing, though. Then how does he get into the various situations that he does in the comics? Because there are so many... If that's the case, if he can hear everything, he can read books and be super smart and shit like that, why isn't he more like Batman in the sense of like the intelligence and the stealth and things like that? Why is he written as basically an oaf with They can I can
That's-
pick up this trade. You know, like I
Oh,
pick things
that's-
up and put them down.
Because I mean, that's unfortunately how fucking people view Superman, and it's in a way it's not really fair.
I mean, they should just draw in like him, you know, chugging down beer and shit too. It's like he's just an average guy, only he can fling shit across the
Like
room.
that,
And
like that's kind of like what I dug about like Man of Steel. Have you seen it yet or no?
no,
Okay. Well, spoiler alert. There's one scene where, let's see, Clark Kent's kind of like roaming the world trying to like find himself. He hasn't turned into Superman yet. Mm-hmm. And he's working at like some like hick bar in like the fucking sticks of who knows fucking where.
Kansas, because that's where he ends up. Maybe.
Probably. I don't know, because it shows him like different fucking points around the world and whatnot. So
Oh, okay.
like at one point he's in the Arctic. There's another point he's like somewhere out to sea. So
How does that make any sense that he's like roaming the world and he doesn't know that he's Superman?
like he does know that he's like an alien, that he's different and whatnot, but he's just trying to find like that purpose in life. You know, like people that go on like a soul searching journey or whatever. So it's like, yeah, all right, you know what? I'll fucking buy this for a sec.
That seems a little strange, but okay.
so-
So wait, he crashes in Kansas, but it ends up going on like a journey throughout the Earth.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh, because he doesn't really know his Kryptonian roots. Like he knows about like, you know, he came to Earth, but he doesn't really know many more details than that. You know, because even his parents are like, look, we don't know where the fuck this thing came from. Like, oh, this is all that was sent here was, you know, this fucking little super stick thing. And then, you know, you in a blanket. That's pretty much it. But there, you know, there's one guy that like pisses off Clark at the bar and whatnot. You know, he's the guy's harassing a waitress. Clark comes over and says, "Hey, look, you know, knock it off." Blah 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 blah. The guy tells him to fuck off and whatnot. Throws a fucking beer can at him. So Clark gets pissed off. He fucking leaves before he gets into a fight because the girl's just like, "Look, you know, he's not fucking worth it. Just, you know, fuck off." So, you know, the truck driver's done with his drinking and whatnot, and he goes out, you know, to back to his truck, and he finds his truck, which was hauling like huge fucking logs and whatnot, pretty much just like twisted up into a pretzel and just like smashed the fucking pieces. I'm like, there we fucking go, man. Like Clark Kent is human after all. 'Cause I would have done that myself. But yeah, it's like it really just annoys me, like when people just like go to that instant cop out of like, well, Batman has kryptonite. That's it. That's how you take down Superman. I'm like, well, all right. Well, Batman's not always going to have the kryptonite, is he not?
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know.
Well, like Superman's gonna catch him in the shower or some shit.
Yeah, like Superman breaks into Wayne
Oh, I
Manor.
got you, bitch.
He just pulls back the curtain. He's like, "What are you doing?" Like, "I'm your new hot water heater, bitch," and just fucking hits him with the fucking heat beams. Just fucking burns him to a crisp. And then just for further insult, just goes and rapes Alfred.
Oh, Jesus. No, because again, he would see that coming.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't see that coming. Like, suppose, like, you know, Superman's like off fighting some villain and like on like another planet, gets hit with like red kryptonite or something like that. Which, you know, nobody really knows like what red kryptonite does. They just know it fucks with Superman in some fucking way. Like one day it could turn him into an absolute asshole. The other day it could just make him like the most melancholy fucking person on the planet. You know, another day he could just be like, "Oh, you guys are committing a crime? All right, go ahead. Who cares? Oh, you guys are stealing checks from that business? Yeah, who cares? They'll rewrite the checks. Fuck it. It's not important."
I don't know, man. I still maintain that it would be a pretty big deal because even, I mean, like, basically, in order for them to fight, one of them would have to turn. There's really no way that they would fight each other other than, you know, for sport and really try to, like, hurt or kill each other unless one of them were to turn, because there's no way, you know, Batman would attack, you know, the ranking and most valuable member of the Justice League, you know, on a whim. And there's no way that, you know, Superman would just attack Batman willy-nilly because there's no reason to, you know?
Right.
So there would obviously have to be some sort of turn from one of them in order for that to spawn any kind of fight. And certainly people would know, like, oh my god, fucking Batman just lost his fucking brains. Like, he just went completely crazy and just punched Superman in the nuts.
Yeah, well, here, he'd break his fucking fist on his dick.
Or like Superman went crazy and just fucking, tried to bend Batman over and rape him in the ass or something. It was weird.
Watch out, Batman's gone batshit. Ah. Oh, man.
Exactly. I mean, there would be a big to-do over it. Like, oh my god, the superhero, like, he just kicked a small child,
Yeah, but I mean, here's a way you can easily do it, though. You have one of the Superman's villains, because there's no way fucking Batman's villains would fucking pull this off, because the Penguin's gonna come out with some grand fucking scheme to, like, control somebody's mind? I don't fucking think so.
What about Ra's al Ghul?
Ra's al Ghul, I doubt it. Doesn't really deal in mind control that much.
That's true.
But I mean, you really think about it, like, the only...
Well, remember, they had the Riddler try to do something like that in the movie.
Yeah, but the Riddler's a fucking joke of a villain anyway, so who gives a shit?
I don't know. That actually might kind of make sense. It's just that, they had Jim Carrey do it, so that was kind of shitty.
I mean, the Riddler as a villain is just a fucking goof. Because he's just like, I'm gonna leave you clues as to what the fuck I'm doing. As opposed to just like, I'm just gonna rob this fucking bank. I'm not gonna tell anybody I'm fucking doing it.
I think it's more of like a mental instability kind of thing. Sort of like the Joker,
Yeah, like
the Joker doesn't really try to hide his crimes. None of the criminals really try to hide their crimes in any of the comic books, because if they did, they wouldn't get caught and beat up by the superheroes.
No, but I mean, at least Superman would, hear the fucking, like, the bank alarm going off, going, oh shit, somebody's breaking into that. Flies down, sees that it's fucking somebody robbing the fucking bank, and he's just, there we go. Fuck that shit. So,
It's on me.
I mean, here's one villain that I think could pull it off is, and who I think would actually be a good villain for a Superman movie, would be Mr. Yesispicklick.
Wait, well, what?
The guy's name, Mr. Fuck you.
You just had like word vomit there, Mrs.
Yeah, what's his name? Mr. Misya Spitlick.
What? Who is this?
Mixya Spitlick.
Yeah, but who is it?
He's basically an imp from the fifth dimension.
And this is from the Superman universe?
Yes, this is from the Superman universe. And basically, like, his main goal in life is to just fuck with Superman to no fucking end. And the only way Superman can get rid of him is if Superman gets him to say his name backwards or spell it or some way to, like, get his fucking name down on paper or something backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're telling me fucking Batman would be able to fucking, like, deal with this little fucker, like, just, like...
Totally. I think he could handle that better than Superman could.
Well, then, here's the thing, because, like, people always picture Superman as, like, this fucking brute that has no intelligence, almost like the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Which I just read a great graphic novel. I'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, they think he's some fucking brute with no brains like the fucking Incredible Hulk, yet Superman is able to outsmart this motherfucker at every step. So...
Has he gotten him to say his name?
He's gotten him to say his name, spell his name, and whatnot. Oh, yeah.
So then why hasn't he gone away?
Well, because he comes back every 30 days. That's basically, like, his
So
rule.
he hasn't found a way to make him not... to, like, go away more permanently?
Right.
So then I don't really view that as a win. Because he's coming back in 30 days no matter what.
Right, he comes back, what is it, like 30 days or 90 days or something like that, but regardless, he comes back and he has, he has magic powers, which Superman is weak against magic, is he not?
Yes.
Okay, then. Superman's been able to take him down. Batman, I think, would have a lot harder of a time, because he's never really dealt with a villain that's had magic powers. He's had to deal with...
he has.
Not really, because I mean, who's he had to deal with? He's had to deal with the fucking Joker, a psychotic guy running around as a fucking clown.
Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul.
Okay, Scarecrow is more like psychedelic drugs, so the guy's
Well,
just,
still, I mean...
the guy's basically a fucking mushroom on legs.
Kind of.
He's a Grateful Dead fan.
I don't know. I would say kind of all of the villains get to him in one way or another. And probably none more so than the Joker, just because the Joker is ultimately the guy who killed his parents. Although not really in the comics. But...
Yeah, that was more like the movie. Like
See, that's the thing. Like, it's there's different universes, too, depending on the movies and the comics.
Yeah. Which, actually, there was a huge fucking... mistake in the first Superman movie. You really think about this. Like, think about this for a sec. Lex Luthor has this grand scheme. He's going to shoot 2 missiles, one at the West Coast, one at the East Coast. Superman's not fast enough to save them both. Or to stop both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet, 10 minutes later, he's spinning the fucking Earth backwards to go back in time. Yet, he's not fast enough to stop those 2 missiles? Like, fucking bullshit, dude.
Good point.
So, plus, here's another thing. Like, Superman could easily do against Batman. And I don't care what fucking gear Batman's wearing or what equipment he has. Superman could easily just, like, go up to the fucking, like, up into the fucking sky and whatnot, shoot his fucking heat beams, and just fucking melt Batman right to a fucking crisp. Because there is no fucking substance on Earth that Batman has access to that could stand up to, you know, the heat that essentially could come from Superman's eyes.
Are you sure? There's nothing that's ever stood up to that? I'm sure there's been something.
I'm pretty sure.
There has to have been something that stood up to that. What about the fucking unfolding fucking shield that Batman had in the show? Surely that would stand up to it. That fucking cellophane-looking piece of shit, that would stand up to it, no problem.
Yeah, after Superman spent 5 minutes unfolding the fucking thing, I'm sure it could.
Superman would just wipe himself with it and throw it aside.
Superman just sees him go through the trouble of unfolding.
What is this, toilet paper?
Superman just sees him going through the trouble of unfolding the shield. He's just like, you know what, man? Fuck it. It's not even worth it anymore.
It's bad TP. Always gotta be prepared.
I just shit my costume.
It's backing up into my cowl because it's all one piece.
What did you have for lunch? Chipotle.
Oh, man.
That fucking place mows, man. That's a killer.
Wings over my anus.
I'm pretty sure you stuck your heat lasers up my ass because it's melting right now.
But, like, that's a good question. Like, couldn't he theoretically grab Batman and just fly straight upwards, you know?
Yeah, like,
until they get past the atmosphere and just hold him there.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually what
Done.
Superman did with a couple of villains in, what was it, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Yeah, there was, who was it?
Or just throw him up there. You don't have to accompany him.
Yeah, he's like, fucking, why do I have to fly up there? Fucking throw him up there.
Just throw him real hard. Might tear their arms off in the process, but hey, bums.
Possibly, but hey, whatever. You can wave them goodbye with it. But yeah, like, there was one villain, I think it was Siren, I think it was. It was like...
Banshee, maybe?
No, it was Siren, because Banshee's Marvel universe, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're right.
So it was Siren, and, you know, Superman's just, like, you know, getting screamed at by this fucking bitch, and he just grabs her, fucking flies her straight up to the atmosphere, to the point where she passes out. And then for some fucking reason, Batman's got this little gizmo he puts on her throat and whatnot. He's like, hypersonic frequency, blah, blah, blah. She screams it's gonna go right back at her. Like, why didn't you think of this earlier, you fuck? Like, do you just have... You're just prepared for... Not only that, but, like, if Batman was prepared for every fucking villain, like, wouldn't he also be weighed down by all the equipment that he has? Like, he'd barely be able to move.
He'd need a bat tank. Well, that explains the tumbler, I guess.
Pretty much. Like, he's almost like Link in a way, like the Legend of Zelda games. Like, he carry, like, 50 billion worth, 1,000 items and whatnot, and yet he's still able to, like, move around and, like, swing a sword and shit. Like, in real life, you're carrying around a fucking ladder and fucking, like, a couple of jars and a shield and a sword and fucking different armors and different shields and whatnot. You're gonna be weighed down so much, you're not even gonna be able to fight.
No shit,
like,
you won't even be able to walk.
You're just
This is
gonna
a good point. Like, how much shit can he really carry?
You're gonna be a fucking... You need a fucking burrow for that much equipment.
A burrow.
Yeah.
A grande burrow.
From old El Paso. Yeah, like you would need a fucking like a fucking bat donkey to carry all that shit.
Bat donkey. What's that, Batman? That's the bat donkey. That's the bat ass. He's dumpy, isn't he?
I named him.
No, man, he definitely suffers from RPG syndrome in that, you know, like, just like GTA or any RPG where a character has to carry this, like, insurmountable amount of stuff with them at all times. You're just like, how is this possible in real life?
Yeah.
Like this ninja, like, for example, Ninja Gaiden, like, you're carrying around all this shit, like artifacts and whatnot, and you're still stealthy as hell. You're not, like, you know...
Yeah, like...
You know, like clunking around and shit.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, the most equipment fucking Superman carries around is, like, I don't know, maybe some fucking pocket change or something. I don't know, but
Pocket change.
yeah, maybe
Where
some
in
pocket...
his suit is there, room for pocket change?
I don't know. Maybe he's
At
got...
least Batman has the utility belt.
I don't know. Maybe Superman's got like pockets somewhere. I don't fucking know. Maybe he puts them in his boot or something. I don't fucking know.
His boot.
I don't know. Maybe he puts them in his boot. I don't know.
He's got a sandwich in there.
There's some boots in a sandwich.
That's his version of the utility belt. Is just boots and a sandwich.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Batman suffers from like an RPG syndrome where he's got all this fucking equipment, yet he's able to fucking move around all fucking nimbly bimbly and still have all the fucking equipment that he needs to take down somebody. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, he's the only superhero that's not really self-contained. And again, it's because he's just a guy. He can't have powers.
Yeah.
You know what I would really love to see, though, is like a comic where like he thinks he's prepared for the right villain, but then he gets the a different villain.
Yeah, like, that would be great, man. Like, somebody's like, oh my god, Joker's robbing the fucking bank down the street. You gotta get down there. He goes down there, he's all prepared for the fucking Joker and whatnot. It's like Clayface.
It's fucking Two-Face.
Yeah, it's fucking Clayface or something.
Yeah.
He's just
what
like,
the fuck?
well, I'm prepared for this anyways. He just pulls out, and he pulls out some like magic fucking plot device that's able to like take down Clayface regardless.
Seriously, there has to be something that Batman is not prepared for.
Exactly, like
maybe he walks into the doctor one day and they're just like, Bruce, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you've got the AIDS, sir. And he's like, fuck, I wasn't prepared for that.
No.
I mean, fuck, I wasn't prepared for that.
No,
Batman
because then he just he goes back to the fucking Batcave, pops open a fucking like a little thing on the on his utility belt, pulls out a pill, AIDS all gone. Like Bruce Wayne has the cure for fucking AIDS, won't fucking give it out.
It's true.
And he would be that selfish too, like motherfucker.
You think so? You don't think he gave out the cure for AIDS? I think he would.
No, I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
Yeah, you're writing Batman out to be like it's just this asshole.
Like he can be an asshole.
He's like the Superman of Superman 3.
Yeah.
He's growing a beard and drinking.
That's a fight I would love to see is Batman versus Bruce Wayne.
Well, again, like I said, Bruce Wayne could totally fuck with his image and everything and just turn everybody against him and then fuck all the villains and supervillains and shit. Like, the people would be against Superman, and I don't think that Superman could take on, like, all those people. He would surely be overwhelmed at some point.
Right, but if Batman has the ability for mind control, why the fuck is he going to bother controlling the public's mind when he can go after Superman's mind?
No, it's not mind control. It's just control over... It's sort of like brainwashing people, only without actually doing it, because it's just like, propaganda and shit. He has the power of propaganda. Again, it's debatable as to whether or not he would use it, but if he were really desperate and Superman turned and he was like, listen, the only choice I have to save Gotham, nigh the world, is to fuck with him in a way that I have not fucked with any of my villains, and that is to go for the brother's nuts. If I tell everybody that this dude sucks dick, and everyone's like, oh, we don't go for that gay shit, then they're going to attack this motherfucker like crazy. So that's what I'm going to do.
Texas will rise up and slay him.
Texas alone will kill this motherfucker.
Superman
just
versus
tell him
Texas.
that he's gay.
He's one of them there queers. Let's get him, boys.
There you go. Batman fucking captures Superman, right? And puts him in a kryptonite fucking cage and sends him to the south, the deep south. And he's like, hey, everybody, this guy in this cage, he's gay.
Not only is he gay, but he took your jobs. I took your jobs. Took your
And he
jobs.
hates Jesus. Go.
And he's a Jew.
Seriously.
You see on the news, like, Superman was burned at the stake today.
I really wonder, like, what Batman would ultimately resort to. Like, if he had to. Like, if it came down to, like, saving his shit, whatever's really important to him, if it's the world or whatever it is, what is important enough to him, and what would he do?
I think he would have to save the world in a way because, I mean, as you said, he's got an international fucking global company, and the world goes under, hey, there goes his fucking money.
That's true.
It's
true.
You can't exactly fix the fucking Batwing when you're broke.
Hey, Alfred, can you can you toss me a couple $100,000 here? Need new tires on the Batwing.
You know what you have to do, master. All right. Batman just bends over. He's like, oh, let's hurry this up. Fucking Bane's on the loose again.
Oh man.
But yeah, like, it takes a lot of fucking credibility away when fucking Batman is supposed